Hello there, and welcome to our celebration of the release of the Avatar The Last Airbender set for Magic the Gathering Arena. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So, if you have not been to the channel before, hello and welcome. If you have seen this type of video before from the channel, you'll know what we're doing. If you haven't, like I said, what I do is we go over some of the pre-order benefits, like stuff you see before you. We look at some of the changes that have been made to the user interface. We take a look at the mastery pass for this set, some of the stuff that's been added to the shop, and then we finish things off with opening up 53 Avatar The Last Airbender packs, 5 golden packs, and just kind of go from there. So, without further ado, let's keep going. Let's see what else is awaiting for us. So, these rewards here come from the pre-ordering the premium version of the Mastery Pass. You get Appa, a card sleeve. I do like that, and you get Aang as a, the word's not coming to me. Avatar. That's kind of amusing, isn't it? 50 packs. And 50 golden packs come from pre-ordering the 50 packs you can do before the stuff released. Next, these are what are these? The 2 cards that you'll also get from pre-ordering the Mastery Pass, the Premium Mastery Pass, and the 50 packs. You get Avatar Aang and Sokka, Tenacious Tactician. I'll probably be looking to build a deck around this one because it seems kind of wild. But anyway, so those are some of the other things you get. And finally, we get this opening picture. Let's get started. So, not much has really changed. Yes, the image changes as it usually does. You get 3 new dailies pop up, which is really nice. 20 white and red, 20 white and green. Looks like I'll be doing something with white. Let's go ahead and just swap that one black and green. Oh, excellent. Some of the decks I've been kind of keeping an eye on that people have been making because they had access to the pre-release stuff. 2 of them are black and green, so definitely be looking at that. 2 messages in our inbox. Updated patch notes, excellent, and Master the Elements. Here are the 3 packs that I believe everybody gets, so grab those. It also gives you the card art for the lands for this release. Just 5 of them, I guess. That is the Western Air Temple, Southern Water Tribe. I believe that is the inside of the drill for Bossing Say, no, that's just a Fire Nation industrial plant. That is Caldera City, I believe is what it's called. The capital of the Fire Nation. And Jet's hangout space. Yeah, Jet and his what were they called? Anyway, his little band of rebels. Anyway, nice. So, I will say I do have a pretty decent knowledge of Avatar The Last Airbender, not Legend of Korra, and I don't have a great understanding of Legend of Korra, but I think most of the cards in this set are Aang and his people. Oh look, some of the things that we can be looking at in the shop, so let's go there. Or store, whatever. So, just looking at this, they do have, they added some brawl decks that you can pick up. Sadly, that's not that interesting to me. I don't play brawl, so. But hey, to each their own. We got some extra life. These are new. Okay, cool. We have some more full art lands. That's Bossing Say. Yes, the captured Fire Nation Navy vessel in the South Pole. The swamp. Is that the Divide? Or is that the... I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, some things I'm not going to know. Just because it has been a very long time since I've watched the original Avatar series. Got some more over here. Yeah, all very nice, very nice. Is that Secret Tunnel? Yeah, that's Secret Tunnel. Alright, cool. Got some sticker emotes, my cabbages, different voice emotes. I am Melon Lord. Yeah, those are all great. Other stuff. Got Aang's allies, fearsome firebenders, furry friends. I might actually end up picking up all of these because I do have a fair bit of gold, so I might end up picking up these. Because, again, I do like... Anyway, different card arts, all kinds of different card arts. Oh, these are all the secret layers. That's why. Okay. Something that I'm not terribly interested in personally, but is what it is. Different borderless card styles. A lot of these you can get. Yeah, a lot of these you can get in the Mastery Pass. But, some people just want to get them right now, and it's fine. And some of these are unique. Like these are the elemental styles are unique to this. Pretty cool. And that looks like the main things is that, yeah, just the addition of the different decks. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Mastery Pass. Oh, what? Wait, why is that still up? Oh, because I completely forgot. Yeah, I completely forgot to do this the other day. So let me just grab these real quick. Wow, that's good to know. And it's good to know that it was still available. Alright, so that's that. Let's go ahead and hop back over to here to spend orb just to see like what some of the rewards you can get. Yeah, I kind of figured different sleeves. You got the different sleeves you can get for 2. A lot. There's actually a fair few sleeves this time around. Nice. And then all of these. Yep, 1 for each color of the sagas they've added. Legend of Yangqin, Legend of Kurok, Legend of the Rise of Sozin, Legend of Roku, Legend of Kyoshi. Yeah, so you get 4 avatars and Sozin. Makes sense. Then we have Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph, Suki, Fire Lord Zuko, Iroh, Grand Lotus. Yeah, you get all the characters, Fire Lord Azula, Ty Lee. I think it's May. That's how Zuko says her name, May. Southern Air Temple, the Spring Oasis, Northern Air Temple. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. All this good stuff here. So, we have 6 pages worth of things. That means 60 levels. Not really much to look at here. Though I am I'm always more interested in seeing like what the pets you can get are, which appears to be, baby Appa. Okay, because for just purchasing this, you get Appa. You can get the first companion you can get is baby Appa. That's adorable. The next one is, I guess, Black Sun Appa. The fully armored up one. Very cool. What else do we get? What is our exquisite sleeve? Nice, I like that. Aang in full avatar state against the Fire Lord. Very nice. And that's pretty much it. So we have 62 days to get 60 levels. That should be relatively easy. Yeah, relatively easy. All right. So that is that. Just, like I said, just a very brief look. We're not going to look at every card style you can get or anything like that. But yeah, so what else do we have to look at? Why is my store still showing? Oh, is it daily deals? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, with that out of the way, we are now going to get into the stuff everybody probably is more interested in. Just to give a brief overview, we'll do 5 golden packs individually. We will do 3 avatar packs individually, and then the next 50 will all be 10 at a time, focusing more on the rares and mythic rares that we get. So, without further ado, it's golden pack time. Alright, 5 rares, 1 mythic. We focus predominantly only on the new cards. We only got 1 this time, the Unagi of Kyoshi Island. Flash, Waterbend 4. It's they do have new abilities with Waterbend, Firebend, Earthbend, and Airbend, all of them doing different things. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2 cards. That's not great. That's not great. That's very, very situational. Like if your opponent isn't doing a increased draw deck, you'll never benefit from this. So it just becomes a Flash 5/5 with Ward Waterbend 4. Which, I mean, that's not terrible, especially for a mana value of 5, but yeah, that's not great. Okay. Alright. 2 mythics this time. And what did we get, which is new? We got Realm of Ko, the Face Stealer. It's a land. This land enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Okay. Adds black mana, and then for 3 in black, tap, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token with this token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. Okay. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. You could see this in a, obviously in a token deck if you have mana that you don't need. Interesting. Okay, again, let's see. 1 mythic. Hey, we got a double here. I wonder what that's about. Oh. Why'd we get... How often does that happen, I wonder? Anyway, not that important. The new card is Earthen Ally, a single green human soldier ally. This creature gets +1 to power for each color among allies you control. Okay, and then for all of that, you can Earthbend 5. Yeah, I don't see that being used very often either. I mean, this works really well if you do a 5-color ally deck, but this is a rare. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this. For each color among allies you control, so it comes in as a 1/2 because it counts the green of itself. But the most you can ever get is playing this as a 5/2. Okay. I don't know. I have to see if anybody's actually saying this is a good card or not. All right. This is pack number 4 of the golden packs. Wow, 3 and 3. We got Boomy. Nice, Boomy Unleashed. I think this is one of the better ones. When Boomy enters Earthbend 4, whenever Boomy deals combat damage to a player, untap all lands you control. He has trample, so that makes it even easier. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Only land creatures can attack during that combat phase. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a earthbending deck mainstay. So this is very much one where it's like, make sure you have if you have a lot of earthbending ability cards, stuff like that, or just a lot of land creatures and whatnot, this could potentially end a match. Nice. And it doesn't say, so after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. It doesn't say that Boomy has to attack. Oh, yeah, it doesn't say Boomy has to attack for there to be an additional combat phase. There just is additional combat phase while Boomy Unleashed is on the field. Interesting. Yes, he has to deal damage to untap all lands you control, but still, that's interesting. Very interesting. Gruul ramp, anybody? Alright. And the last of the golden packs. Alright, 2 mythics. And only a single. Earth King's Lieutenant. Trample, when this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on each other ally creature you control. Very nice. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Okay, definitely, yeah, obviously an allies deck, so I've seen that. Okay, interesting. Something to think about. All right, and that is that. So now, like I said, we're going to open up 3 packs individually, and then just open the next 50, 10 at a time. So, start with the first one. Because to be completely honest, I'm far more interested in the rares and mythic rares than I am the commons and uncommons, because I have almost 600 common wildcards and close to 400 uncommon wildcards. I'm not worried about, like, if I don't get one I need or want, I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, let us see the rare. Day of Black Sun. Each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities until end of turn. Destroy those creatures. The idea behind this is that if your opponent has a lot of things that have indestructible, the first portion of this spell gets rid of indestructible and then destroys them. Not bad. Yeah, it's not terrible to me, especially because it allows you to also pick. Like, you can do this for however much mana you want, and it'll destroy each creature with mana value X or less. So that's awesome. Oh, wait, no. It's each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities, so it'll still destroy every creature that doesn't have indestructible. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's very nice. They also brought back lesson cards with this set. I don't know if lessons were introduced with Strixhaven, but I know that they played a heavy role in Strixhaven. But anyway. Alright. I'm rambling a lot more than I usually do. I'm just going to put that out there. We got a mythic this time. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, what are the new lands? Just enters tapped, sacrifice to draw a land. Okay. That's not great. Alright, what is the mythic? We got Legend of Kyoshi. And what exactly does this do? Draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Okay. Earthbend X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Yikes. That land becomes an island in addition to its other types, which is what she did to Kyoshi Island. Okay, I got it. Exile the saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control into Avatar Kyoshi. Lands you control have trample and hexproof. And then tap, add X mana of any one color where X is the greatest power among creatures you control, so at least 5. Jeez, nice. Alright, last of the 3 initial packs. I love that I'm seeing all kinds of new stuff. Second copy of Sparring Dummy, Scarecrow. Oh, it's a Scarecrow. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's check that mythic, or that rare, not mythic, rare. We got Avatar's Wrath. Choose up to 1 target creature, then airbend all other creatures. Yikes. Airbending, exiles things that are airbended, and then you can play them for 2 later, but still. Until your next turn, your opponent can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Oh, wow, okay. Because that means on their next turn, they can't cast the things that you just airbended. They can't put back onto the field because they're not in their hand, they're in exile. Oh, jeez, that's kind of wild. Yeah, that's kind of wild. So definitely a board clear that exiles itself and doesn't destroy your opponent, doesn't destroy your creature. So not as terrible, but it does make it where you can't play those exiled cards on your next turn. Wow, nice. All right. With these opening 10 at a time, I will not be focusing on every card of the mythic and rares that we get. We'll just look at them. If I see one that really catches my eye, I'll read it out. But if you guys are wanting to read them, go ahead and pause the video. See if you can read them. I'll hover over each of them briefly. So, like, pause the video at the one that you want to read. Anyway, first 10. Okay. We got nice. We got 11. Well, I'll open this one by itself just because it is, off by itself, a little harder to see. Katara the Fearless. Okay. This is another one that I've seen people are talking about. If a triggered ability of an ally you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. You could see this in a ally deck, or there's other things you could do with this. Anyway. So, let's reveal the next 10. We got, we got cool art for Mirroring Dragons. We've got Ozai, Beifong's Bounty Hunters. I'm glad I got this because one of the Golgari decks I was looking at, I think he uses this card. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. Nice. We got Momo, another realm of Ko. We got Mei, Suki, another Unagi, Azula, Cunning Observer. Oh, sorry, I wasn't doing what I said I was going to do. So there is Mirror Wing Dragon. We have Ozai, the Phoenix King. Yeah, this one I've seen could potentially just be problematic. Beifong's Bounty Hunters. Airbender Ascension. Azula, Cunning Usurper. Momo, Friendly Flyer. I've seen this one's not quite as good as you might think it is. Realm of Ko. Unagi. Suki, Courageous Rescuer. And then finally, Mei, Scornful Striker. Okay. So that's the first 10. Let's see the next 10. Okay, so are we just going to get like an alternate art card every time? Because that's what it looks like. Firebending Student. Prowess Firebending Axe, where X is this creature's power. But how does the prowess, or how does the firebending activate? Oh, when this creature attacks, right. When this creature attacks at X red mana. Right, gotcha. Okay, I forget, yeah, firebending is attacking. Gotcha. Anyway, let's reveal these next. Yep, we got another alternate art. Or full art, I guess you would, yeah, Rites of Flourishing. Okay. Hey, we got a Badgermole Cub. I've seen a lot of people are really wanting, or were really looking forward to this card during the previews. Because it's terrifying. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. That can be really terrifying. Guitar, Water Tribe's Hope. Like I said, if you want to read it, go ahead and pause the video here. Iroh, Grand Lotus, we'll take it. Got Hakoda, Selfless Commander. Alright, got another Mei. Abandoned Air Temple is the White Land. Puts counters on each creature you control. That's nice. That's really nice, actually. Great Divide. That's the word I was looking for earlier, but the that card sleeve was not, or that land was definitely not the Great Divide. I don't think, at least. And this is another one that I've seen people talking about. Each land and ally you control has tap, add 1 mana of any color. We got a second Hakoda and a Spirit Water Revival. Alright, alright. So, that is the second 10. Let's go with the next 10, making this 30 packs, 33 packs, I guess. Or 38 if you count the golden packs. Yeah, I guess we're just going to get a full art card every time. Redirect Lightning. As an additional cost to cast the spell, pay 5 life or pay 2. I like the thematic of that. The idea is like paying 5 life means you redirected the lightning, but you didn't do it properly, so you still took damage. Anyway, change that target or target spell or ability with a single target. Nice. I like the thematic of that. Hey, we will take these wild cards. Very nice. We got our full art is Mystic Remora? Yeah, Remora. Cumulative, oh, it's one of those. Cumulative upkeep. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 4. Cumulative upkeep. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an age counter on this permanent. Then sacrifice it unless you pay its upkeep cost for each age counter on it. So it means you have to continue to pay more and more. So like next turn you'll have to pay 1 to keep it active. The turn after that 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Alright, Rang, really? Aang at the Crossroads does what he does, though it looks like he transforms into Aang, Destined Savior. Okay. We have Aang's Iceberg, Airbender Ascension, Fire Lord Azula, Earthbender Ascension. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Each of the bending bending arts has an Ascension card, some of them being better than others. We have another Hakoda and another Azula, Cunning Usurper. Nice. Very nice. So, almost there. Got 20 left. Yeah, I guess we did. We got Sokka, Tenacious Tactician. Excellent. I'll take a second copy of that, because I really do want to make a Jeskai Allies or something like that, because this could be terrifying. Anyway. Full art is Force of Negation. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card from your hand rather than play this card's mana cost. Terrifying. Oh, it's also not legal. This card is already not legal in Historic and Traditional Historic, so just be aware of that. Anyway, counter target non-creature spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. I don't really understand why this was banned in Historic and Traditional Historic. I don't quite understand. Is it because you can exile a blue card from your hand instead of paying its cost on your opponent's turn, so you can do it for free? I don't know. Got another Ozai, the Phoenix King. Got the Fire Nation Drill. This was another one that I was looking for. Nice. Just one copy, though, so that's a little unfortunate. Ba Sing Se, the green land for this one. For 3, you can Earthbend 2. Okay, that's not terrible. Here is the Waterbender Ascension. I think the only one we're missing is Firebending Ascension, or maybe I've missed it, or maybe I've seen it and I just didn't realize. Okay, we got Sokka, Bold Boomeranger. Tried to say that 5 times fast. A third copy of Azula, Cunning Usurper. I'm actually going to read this one real quick. Firebending 2, and whenever Azula enters, target opponent exiles a non-token creature they control. Then they exile a non-land card from their graveyard. Jeez. During your turn, you may cast cards exiled with Azula, and you may cast them as though they had flash. Mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. That's not terrible. The only thing about that is your opponent has full control over what you may play with that. So, okay. Got another copy of May, another copy of Katara the Fearless, and a copy of Zhao the Moon Slayer. Yeah, this one I've seen people are already... This is another one that like some people aren't happy about. I really don't see the problem because it only affects non-basic lands. So as long as you still have basic lands, which I think most people should in the decks they're putting together, this shouldn't be a problem. Or not a huge problem, but it can be problematic. And it does cost 7 to get, to put a Conqueror counter on Zhao to then, turn all non-basic lands to mountains. But still. Yikes. Alright. The final 10. What we got? Hey, we didn't get a full art this time, I guess. That's too bad. But hey, we got three mythics. Wild card, we will take those. There's the Firebender Ascension, so I hadn't gotten it. We got the Walls of Ba Sing Se. This one's kind of fun. Other permanents you control have indestructible, and this has 30 toughness. 30 toughness. Insane. I mean, it doesn't have indestructible, so you can destroy it with a kill spell. But you're gonna have to use a kill spell instead of a damage-based spell or something like that. But jeez. Got another copy of Boomy. Got another copy of Redirect Lightning. Another copy of Avatar's Wrath. Our first copy of Firebender Ascension. I think this one might be pretty good. When this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 red soldier creature token with Firebending 1. Whenever a creature you control attacks, causes a triggered ability of that creature to trigger, so like Firebending, put a quest counter on this enchantment. Then if it has 4 or more quest counters on it, you may copy that ability. You may choose new targets for that ability. Yeah, that's decent. That is decent. Got our 4th copy of Azula. I don't know if I'm going to put an Azula deck together, though. Got a copy of Foggy Swamp Visions. Alright. And finally, Sandbender's Scavengers. Yikes. Alright. And with that, my friends, we are going to wrap up this celebratory episode for the release of the Avatar: The Last Airbender Magic the Gathering set. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you do happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released to the channel, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.